Welcome everybody to Hyzer Productions Round 2 Back 9 coverage of the Smokin Aces Tour Championship. This is the final round, final 9 holes. This is the end of the season championship put on by the Smokin Aces Disc Golf Store. My name's Stephen Waits and I'm joined here on the mic by Aaron Altstadt. What's up, Aaron?
What's up, guys?
So again, we're at New Melly Lakes, which is over near Wentzville, Missouri, which is also the same place where the Smokin Aces is located in St. Charles County. So our Smokin Aces leaderboard after 9 holes, Zackeriath is 9 under, shooting even on the front 9. Jared is 4 under, shooting +1. Drew is 5 under with an even score through 9. And then Chris also shot 1 over par and is 3 under. So these players get back out into the open. We had a lot of trees, a lot of heavily vegetated holes, or a lot of heavily treed holes through those last few holes of the front 9. Shout out to Gateway Disc Sports out of Maryland Heights, Missouri for sponsoring the coverage, along with the St. Charles Disc Golf Club. These courses up in the St. Charles area, especially New Melly Lakes here, which is their newest one, I highly recommend. Well looking courses. New Melly here is on an old ball golf course. An old golf course, I should say. And so the players get to stretch out a few on these last 9 holes. And we'll crown us a tour champion.
I love seeing these courses. Makes me want to go out there and just throw out my arm on every single one of them.
I like how you said it, throw it out. Well, here on hole 10, par 3, 293, you got water backing up on the back side. The basket's sitting on top of the dam here. You want to throw a forehand or a turnover into the side of that dam and let it settle.
Ooh. Sound like Zackeriath hit that last tree on the left-hand side.
There's a clean looking forehand shot.
Oh yeah, skips right up to the basket.
Perfect.
This hole basically forces you to throw a forehand.
I mentioned it earlier that Jared and Drew are both part of the University of Missouri disc golf team, who was ranked 2nd in the country, and I'm sure these two are having a little internal battle between each other here for this. Great looking forehand by Chris.
Oh, yeah.
Getting out of the gap perfect. Right into the side of the dam of the hill.
It's kind of a tricky putt from there, because if you go long, you're ended up in that lake.
Yeah, Chris's shot going right into the dam like we were saying, just to check it up.
I'm curious to see where Jared's shot ended up. Zackeriath here, just pin it. Oh yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good pole hit, metal hit.
Oh yeah, Jared's safe. Gotta get around these trees here. Wow, that's CTP flag. Oh. This is really a hole you want to birdie. Great shot.
Definitely won the birdie on with it playing slightly over par, or well, definitely one you want a birdie with it playing just right at par. Drew and Chris's birdies are only 2 out of the 3 for the whole MPO field, though.
Wow.
Alan Hooper was the only other birdie.
Hole 11, par 3, 363 feet. You gotta hit that really tight 5-foot gap. Come around the bend and send it down this other part of the fairway here. This is one of those holes where you take your par and move on, try to avoid any unnecessary strokes. Drew hits it clean, no tree kicks.
It's definitely, if you follow the path, it's shaped in a way that you're really throwing a funky shot just to get the disc to fly that path.
Chris here is going to throw a roller.
Stood up.
Gets through as many trees as possible, but still got a long look at the basket. Zackeriath also going with the roller. Oh. I always think he slips whenever he does that.
Landed on the tee pad, the short tee.
Skips forward.
A good roll.
Jared here catches a tree high, but continues its forward momentum and almost gets back to the fairway.
Oh, come on, Jared. Gorgeous.
Look at that, all clean. Great shot.
Great up shot. Going roller for Chris.
Oh yeah.
Well done.
Just kind of rolls away from the basket, but he's got to look. This is Drew's go-to upshot disc. It's almost every hole he uses it. Great up. Zackeriath wanting to capitalize on a decent drive here.
Thank you.
Wow, he yanked it high, right?
No
Man,
damage done though.
Yeah, it went forward, but
It really stuck in his hand.
Excellent, ready?
Nice putt.
good par putt. Everybody else is looking at pars here. There were no birdies on hole 11. You can see why. It's such a
Heavily wooded, heavily guarded, tight gap.
Well, it's just such a weird line to fly to get within a range of a birdie.
I mean, it looked like Drew had a pretty tight gap to get to the basket from he was.
We had a backup on this hole and got to see a little dog action going for this. Hole 12, 470 out over the water. You throw a Hyzer that's just going to crash back in, and then you throw another Hyzer to the basket, or if you're far enough left, you might have a straight shot to a forehand look.
A lot of danger on this hole.
Yes, a lot of opportunity, especially if you hit a tree on your way in for it to be kicked back out right.
Great shot there by Drew.
Great shot, yeah.
He's got a nice little alleyway to the basket for a birdie shot. Chris hoping to do the same but better.
That'd be safe over there.
Zackeriath here, looking at his line, picturing his line.
This is a unique hole, like with the way the water shapes the whole right side, and as open as it is, it's.
You definitely don't want to hit an early tree and kick back into the water.
Yeah, a lot of danger there, but once you cross over it, you know, you feel pretty good about it. It's not a huge carry. It's just how far do you want to go down? Like, you know, you could throw a 200-foot shot and be safe, or you throw a 400-foot shot and be safe. Just how long do you want to be out over the water for?
Stephen, what disc would you be going with? What is your most trustworthy disc on this hole?
I got a beat-in Warhorse that I would like for this shot.
I'd be going with the recoil, the Opto X.
So from the tee, they couldn't tell if Jared had landed in the water, so he opted to go through a provisional from the short tee. He hit that tree and kicked towards the water's edge. They weren't exactly sure where it went or where it came to rest. So this is his provisional throw.
Look at that. Turn right back up to the basket.
Yeah, great second throw. He was safe, as we can tell here, right on the edge of the water. So he's going to play his first shot.
Ooh, gets through the cabbage. But catches a tree.
Another kick right towards the edge.
Ooh, hits the last tree, but he's putting.
Yeah, Chris had a great. He took the shorter route, you know, got across the water and inland quick, and was able to get a good upshot from there.
Go, Drew.
Drew, oh, just ends up short.
Drew and Zach both opted, you know, to hang out over the water longer, throw a longer shot off the tee, and have a better look at an eagle or a three. Birdie for,
Oh my gosh.
Jared off the cage. So this is 2 for Zackeriath here.
Oh no. That's a bummer. I mean, it looked like he had a nice alleyway to really get that eagle and catches some cabbage early.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till I complain about this.
But there's no damage done. He's got a birdie putt.
Shout out to Derek Green from round 1. He actually eagled this hole. He was the only 2 for MPO.
Wow.
So that's a nice little takeaway for him for his round. Everybody else here besides Jared will have birdies. And there we go.
Hole 13, par 3, 251 feet. We're going through the gap here to the left. It looks like you want something to cut hard left, end up underneath the basket here. Just avoid the trees, don't take any unnecessary strokes, like all the wooded holes here.
This will be another one where I might throw like that understable fairway, just nice and soft, which is what looks like Drew could be doing again. Yeah. So he did this earlier in round 1, or on the front 9. Just throw that understable fairway nice and soft and let it rise up and ride.
Chris opting to go with the roller.
I feel like if he would have beat that tree, he would have been feeling good about it, yeah.
Zackeriath going the same route.
The amount of rollers these guys throw in the woods, like, it's definitely a part of my game I should probably be working on.
Yep.
Ah, another tree.
Can I get any kind of love today? That'd be great.
Any kind of love.
Jared throws it inside and
Kick some trees. Wow, you got some hate, got some love.
he got the love. A double tree kick back to the fairway.
Haven't been many birdie hits on this course, so Zackeriath really wants this one. Sends it just long and to the right. Jared also hoping to cash in on this.
Ooh.
What a great bid. Chris also almost flashes the chains.
They're scaring the basket. Drew with the last chance to card a birdie for the card.
Oh man,
Off the banner. So as we finish up on hole 13 here, this hole played exactly even par. There was 2 birdies, one by Scott Paul and one by Alan Hooper, and then there was 2 bogeys. So not really much going on for this hole.
Yep, like most of the Woods holes, just take your par and move on. If you get a good drive, I mean, try to capitalize, like Drew and Zackeriath and Gore all try to do.
Hole 14, par 4, 667. The first rip it and rip it hole for the back 9. It's wide open all the way till you get about 60 feet from the pin here, and then it's just back into the woods. Initial gap's pretty wide, and then you got a heavily guarded pin. I think this is the one way that we can make disc golf harder, is just having more pin locations like this, where even on a wide open hole, you still gotta place it in a certain spot for that second shot.
Yep, Drew just getting it out.
I feel like more trees on the green are needed as long as you can straddle or stretch out for a putt.
Mm-hmm. Make the game more interesting, that's for sure. Chris getting that disc to flex.
Huge turn on it, and just dies in that wind. Looking for a monster drive with a monster stamp. Ooh, and he threw it low.
But it's turning. Ah.
I'll get in the basket. Come on, baby.
That left to right wind is going to make this second shot tough for any backhand throws. You don't want it to turn over too quick.
You like that?
Yeah, I like that.
But he gets through the first line of trees, and it looks like he may have a putt at it.
Chris giving it a go with the forehand approach. This will probably be more favorable for this shot with the wind.
Keeps it low.
Yeah, definitely lower
Too
than
low.
you want it to be. I think Zackeriath is far enough left that he can have a straighter look at it. He's still got to turn it to get it in there.
Oh yeah, pushes, kicks off a lot of trees, but he's got about a 40, 45 foot look at it.
Now remember, Drew's throwing this. He's got that cut on his hand from front 9. So these forehands are really...
Pretty painful.
Yeah, they're tough on him. It's right where you grip the rim of the disc for him. So those high-speed discs probably tougher to throw than something like this deeper rimmed. Good upshot.
Yeah, great upshot.
Just toss it in there for your par.
Yeah,
Give
just
yourself
get
a
it past that first group of trees there.
fair par look.
Yep, that's what all our players are doing here. Jared looks like he's got a good line.
This is his 3rd throw.
Come on, baby. Okay.
Oh, what a great putt.
For the bird. The only birdie on hole 14.
Wow. No.
What?
It kind of looked like he got off rhythm there.
All I seen was like it looked like the chains didn't even move. It just hit him and pushed him back out.
I feel like that's a problem with these Prodigy baskets, though. These chains are kind of heavy, so if you put a soft putt up there, it's just going to kick it right back out. Almost like hitting a wall. 15, par 4. Another grip it and rip it, 610 feet up on the rock. A beautiful looking pin location here. Players are gonna want to, lay up first of all, but try to get as close to the basket as possible and take their threes.
Yeah, just, throw something as far as you can, and then, like you said, lay up to the edge of the rocks. You don't want to try to throw something from far out and overshoot it, and then you have just as much of a 30-footer coming back.
Especially with the wind coming through these hills. It's right there on the peak of a hill, so the wind's going to be a little bit harder right in that specific area.
Jared, after the huge 3 on hole 14, gets to lead us off.
Oh yeah, great shot.
Well done.
This hole really doesn't look that far from the picture we're seeing, but oh, it is. Oh no.
Chris turns it again. That's the 4th time that he's probably hooked one up and pulled it, yanked it right.
Almost in the exact same area of grip locking. Zackeriath here rips one.
Oh wow, it's huge turn, late turn on the disc.
Oh no.
All the way to the only trouble on the hole. That's well over 400 feet to get to that tree line.
Exactly where you don't want to be. It's almost like there's a crosswind coming up over the basket and it's pushing our discs to the right. Drew, yep, you can kind of see the push here. Get a nice turn on it though. Keeps it low.
Throw a slightly overstable, like nothing too crazy, but something that's going to stand up in the wind and ride it. Definitely if you throw some understable disc to get a big full S shape out of it, you're going to turn it over with that wind.
There we go.
Well done by Chris.
Perfect shot by Chris.
Jared throwing up to the elevated basket.
Zackeriath has a tough look coming out of this pine tree.
It's like he's on the mound, so he's like not only underneath the pines, but he's up in them.
He gets out without hitting a bunch.
Oh, what a shot.
No way. Almost hits the rock.
What a throw.
Somebody was surprised. I'm not sure who that was.
I mean, the guy was just buried in that pine tree, and he throws it a foot off the edge of the rock. Amazing upshot.
Oh man, that forehand got that push from the wind up there coming across the basket.
As soon as it showed its flight plate to it, it just knocked it out.
Yep.
It showed underneath it. This is the putt that you're trying to avoid. That's why you want to get that second shot in there.
Yep. Ooh.
Off the top.
Still got kind of a tough putt coming back.
Yeah. I feel like, if I'm out there and I'm running that putt, you're really just, if anything, you don't want to miss the basket at all.
Nope. Drew's opting to take his putter upside down. Wow, that wind just pushes it. Again, the putt you want to avoid being too far away from the basket. Great putt by Chris.
You just look at the top of the pole and aim to throw it up into it. Especially with these style chains. Something that's just going to go up into the basket and ride it down instead of being pushed back out.
Mm-hmm.
Good comeback.
Oh yeah. Up and over the rim. Zackeriath
With the
catches
birdie.
it on the birdie.
Yeah.
From under the pine trees.
Chris was for a birdie too, and then Jared's par, so Drew here.
Smart play. Notices the wind.
Trying to figure out, you know, what way is it going. This is...
No.
That was for a par, and so he's going to have that for the bogey, and he's lucky it stayed there. Hole 16, back into the woods one last time here. Open gap to get into them, and then it's a straight shot to the basket from there. 467 par 4. Not as tight as the other holes. There's a couple small gaps at the end, but really, like, it's just find your lane once you're in there. Get into the woods. There's a mandel tree, the first tree on the right.
Chris keeping it low, hoping to skip up on the dirt here.
Well done. You know, get inside there, get past the opening, and then just play it as a par 3 from there. If you have a gap for a birdie, you know, then you get to that position. Otherwise, you just play to get to your par.
Zackeriath, wow, what a great shot. Getting through the trees.
Well done.
Oh, yeah.
Finally might have a look. Took a while.
Kind of opens up on the left side once you're in there, so backhand line's not too bad of a look at it. Couldn't tell if he made the mandatory there.
The disc really lifted on him.
I believe he made the mandatory, just barely. It hit those early limbs.
Drew keeps it low, hits in the gap, but he's got some work to do.
That's a couple forehands he's throwing now that he's turned over like that. You got to think that cut's just not getting worse on him. Well done by Jared. He'll have that left for a long birdie attempt, or just set it up for your par. This is what I'm saying. Like, from here, you just play this hole as a 3. If you can get something close for a birdie, good. If not, just put it in position. Get your 4.
Stay off. Come on. Get in.
Oh, great shot.
Well done.
What's up, baby?
Chris has got a lane there if he can just get it out and around those first few trees.
Which he does, but we got to roll away down the hill. Got a tough look at it coming back. Wow, great shot.
What a putt. That was his 3rd throw, right? Yeah, he missed the mandel. Okay, so he did miss the mandel, so that's for a par. Man, that would have been a solid birdie for this hole.
Oh, caged it. Drew with the look for birdie. There's
Just
it.
over the right edge.
There we go. No damage. Zackeriath here. Putting upside down. Hoping to cash in on the eagle off the front of the rim. Brutal. Still rolling.
That's tough for an eagle 2 look on this hole. You don't want to have that little highlight going.
He's bummed about it. He knew he should have hit that.
Feels like a bogey, I'm sure.
Yep. Especially being that close. Like,
Yeah.
0.8 of an inch, you know?
All right, hole 17, par 4, 572. You got to get through this gap walkway. It's about 40 feet, and then it's back out in the open. I believe there's OB in the tree line on the left. The big issue with this hole, besides that first gap, is this drop off directly behind the basket. Huge drop away from the pin. Zackeriath trying to throw something up and over.
I disagree.
And I think he settled down right in the wood line there. So really just get through this initial gap, get out in the open. Chris does the same thing. Right into the wood line.
I'm surprised he opted to go with the forehand there. Jared also catches those inside trees.
Kicks it hard left. That first tree going into the gap is a man to the left, so if you're throwing this backhand, you want to... I mean, he aimed it right where you wanted to go with it, just to hit that left side, and it stayed in there, so nobody made it through all the way through.
It looked like everybody just sawed them all off. This is a tough shot, just trying to get out of this valley.
Okay, Jerry.
And he gets out.
Get out, dude.
Oh, sit down. Such a tough area to be at.
Yeah, you don't want to be in here after this first throw. Like, you definitely need to be getting out of here in order to get a scramble.
Yeah, just send it out to the opening.
And you gotta remember, like anything short, well short like these are, you gotta throw something that's gonna land short of the pin again.
He's like right sending that Hyzer out. Whoa.
And the thing with this, like players knowing that they need to be short of the basket in order not to go down that hill, you run the risk of not putting enough on it and then you come up too short.
Yep.
Big numbers can be had on a more open hole.
Especially this one with the wind
Mm-hmm.
and the downhill.
Jared looks like he's got a tactic here to get it in close.
Way shorter than what he wants to be. That's for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's trying to not put too much on it, and they're not getting anywhere near as far as that they would expect to be.
See, with the cut on Drew's hand here, I'm surprised he's opting to go with the forehand. Gets it to roll, flip.
Still not as close as you'd want to be on these upshots to save
Yeah.
par with.
Got a death putt. Chris kind of got to look at it here, but he sends it.
Yeah, he's had to throw it. He had to throw something on a flake shot, and he ran the risk of hanging it out too far right.
It looked like it just rode that hillside.
Yeah.
Smart play, just throw it up short.
Yeah, even for a bogey, like just don't do too much damage to yourself.
Yep. Same as Zackeriath, just put it next to the basket.
Zach will have a par putt for that distance. This is for par for Drew.
And he's put into a headwind, so he just puts it under the basket. There's a pretty heavy headwind.
Chris is buried down in there. He didn't go out of bounds, but he's got to get out of here, and this is his fourth throw.
Doesn't quite make it.
Yeah, not quite up on top of the hill.
What's the elevation change here from where he's at to the basket?
Oh, I guarantee that it's over 8 feet. I bet the basket's over his head. The pole, the bottom of the pole.
So we're probably looking at, what, 12-foot height difference?
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing putt.
Good bogey save for scrambling like that. Par for Zackeriath. Jared and Drew have these left for bogeys.
Hole 18, par 3, 301 feet. We're going uphill.
Drastically uphill.
Drastically uphill. And to the left. You want to try to get around that pine tree, and this is a great place to get a nice birdie shot. That one guardian tree is tough to get around here. Zackeriath is opting for the roller. Gets caught up in the pine tree just short of the basket.
He's out though, and like talking to these players, that's really all you want to do is just get back into the grass, get off of this pathway here. It's such a steep hole, steep uphill finishing hole.
Wow. He ends up way short. I mean, the height of this hole has got to be every bit of 25-30 feet.
Jared looking to get out and hits the last tree on the right side. Drew's got to survive one last hole here.
Oh no.
Barely made it. Yeah, barely made it halfway up the hole.
Tried to send up a roller, but he's still short.
And he's still out after throwing his third here. Starting with Drew on his third shot here on hole 18. He's still got work to do to get it close. Like unless he throws this one in, he knows he's going to get a bogey. But
Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to sit here and say he just wants to work on it and be easy with it, but he pulls it right.
Looks like he's done. He just wants to pack it up and go home. Yep.
Yeah, and I didn't, like finish strong always, but at this point it's just finish.
Yeah. Jared ends up going a little bit longer the basket.
Chris has got a Hyzer approach here, about,
Get it, Gore.
I don't know, would you say 60 feet?
Yeah, roughly. Oh, money.
What a throw
Look at
in.
that. And the excitement from the cards. Love it.
What a throw in. For the two. That takes him to 6 down. 2 under for the round. Awesome. Awesome shot by Chris. And Derek here looking for some excitement of his own. Well, he can make that putt. Get done with it.
Yep. Zackeriath just put it under the basket.
Yeah, pitch out for the 3. He's 12 under right now and just finished. Garrett's par putt.
Money.
What a hit. Downhill putt. Straddled out. Way to finish.
What was it, a par save?
Yes. So Drew will take a double bogey 5, and then we have the nice birdie by Chris and 2 pars. Thanks everybody for joining us for the back 9 round 2 Smokin Aces Tour Championship. Zackeriath wins at 12 under par. He shot a tied hot round 3 under for round 2. Chris Gore is 6 under par. Jason Hebenheimer is 5 under. Jared Barbant is 4 under. Drew Cantrell will be 2 under. And then we have Alan Hooper at 1 under, and that's your top 6. Jason Hebenheimer shoots the same as Zackeriath, 3 under, to make a charge there in the final round. Thanks for Smokin Aces for having us. Aaron, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
See you guys later.